Hey, what's up? So, I've been playing with wires a lot lately. Um and I just got some Nichrome in. And I remember when I first got my wires, I had some 24 gauge Canthal. So I made this coil. It was, I hadn't seen it yet, so I figured I didn't even know if it would work because I hadn't seen one yet. But I wrapped it, and it really, really kicked ass, and I was actually kind of surprised that I hadn't seen anybody else share anything about it. I mean, it's nothing great, like, it's not like anything special to look at, but I'll tell you what, to vape on. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to make it. And I'm not going to name it, because I don't know if somebody else came up with it and has a name for it, and I don't want anybody trying to say I stole their shit. So I'm just gonna say it's a fucking kick-ass coil. How about that? The kick-ass coil. And if you don't like it, guess what? I don't really give a shit. So, here we go. We got a piece of Nichrome. Sorry, force of habit. But we got this piece of Nichrome, and we're gonna fold that in half, and we're gonna cut it in half. I probably took more than I needed because I have no idea why. But I'm going to take this 5/64 drill bit. I'm going to take these two pieces of Canthal that I had, or Nichrome. Don't mind me, I'm just fucking burnt. So we're gonna hold the two pieces side by side like that. Maybe even a little closer if you can get it like that. And you're going to wrap them together around your drill bit, and you're just going to try to keep them as uniform and not overlapping each other as possible, which is what I just did. So try that again, and if you overlap, you'll notice it. Just undo it a little bit and then redo it, and it should line up. This coil really surprised the shit out of me because I hadn't seen it before, so I figured it wasn't even going to work because I've tried a couple things that I thought looked cool, but they didn't work. This one is not one for looks, but it will chuck some clouds, and we're going to get into that after I show you how to make it. So that's what I got so far. So what I normally do is the first wrap, because it usually doesn't wrap. You see how there's that gap? Well, I mean, you can try to crush it, and sometimes that'll work with the pliers on the thing, but you don't want to take this coil off of the drill bit until you install it, because it will come. I actually have one right here to show you that I've made. This is what happens if you take it off the drill bit. I don't know if this is even focusing, man. My camera's screwed up. But you see how it just came undone. Now, if this happens, if you, for some reason, take it off and it does that, you can always just slide the drill bit back in and straighten it right back out. So that's not a problem. But we're going to cut off the rest of this lead back to the coil. So we're going to cut off the rest of the lead from the coil that we made. And that's it right there. So I'm going to get my RDA. I'm using the Mutation 3, the Mutation version 3, which is basically the same as the Mutation version 2, only it uses screws instead of the triangle. Or it's actually more like an X. I'm not really sure what the hell they use. But so, as you can see, you want to try to get it close to the posts, and without going over them. So you're going to want to tighten your screws. Make sure it's in there right. Tighten both of them. Just like so. Push the lead, the rest of the leads up. And then you're going to see you got that right there. I'm going to take this out and slide it to this side so I can lift it up and kind of push it out a little. I want it kind of centered, but you don't want it coming undone. You're gonna have to keep, you might have to keep tightening the screws, because if it tightens with them on top of each other and then they straighten out, it'll just loosen up and you won't get a very good connection. So once we do that, we can slide this out, make sure that it stays together and doesn't come apart. You're going to clip off the extra leads, and being that this is Nichrome, I'm not going to dry fire it, but you could dry fire it if you were using Kanthal. I wouldn't suggest dry firing it with Nichrome, just because it just, you know, it separates for some reason. Nichrome's weird like that, but hey, I love it. So I'm gonna take some of this cotton right here, and I'm going to try to get this through here. See if that was enough. Yeah. So you want to pull some cotton through it. You know, depending on the size you use, it would be a little easier, a little harder to get cotton into it. So what I'm going to do is just be happy that I got that much in there. Doesn't really matter how I do it. And push that rest of it down to the bottom of the well, so it can collect up any juice that misses. Now, put this together and take some of this Bavarian Dream from Jersey Juice, and it's a little close, so I'm actually going to push that back a little further. Oh no, it's just a cotton. Alright. So I'm going to put my head on. Actually, I'll show you that. Not bad for a coil that anybody can make. Here we go. Let's check out the vape. Not bad for a couple second hit. So, I mean, burner, if you want to come up with a name for it, I don't really know. I'm not going to name it just in case somebody else says they did it or whatever. I don't really give a shit. I just want to show y'all a good way to chuck clouds. Unfortunately, I can't sell these coils unless you live by me and you can come let me install them. But they're easy enough to make. But, you know, whatever. There's enough coils that I can sell. So, anyway, don't believe the bullshit. Vape on. Have a nice day.